I spent 7 years living in a tent on a Greek island called Evia. That was between my living in Germany 6 months a year. I would live 6 months in Berlin and 6 months in Greece. And with some close friends, we created a meditation retreat center. Off the grid living completely. We lived in big Sahara tents with no electricity. We just had a solar panel. About 2003, when I wanted to move to Greece, I sold my shares in that, started my new life in Greece, because I didn't want to be half-half. I didn't want to be half the year in Greece and half the year in Germany. I wanted it full-time. And boy, am I happy that I did that. Look at that. Beauty. The beauty of Greece. I am one of those blessed people who have the luck of enjoying this beautiful seascape and fine weather and wonderful people here in Greece every day. As some of you may be living abroad, you know that Greece is not just for holiday. A lot of people are moving here permanently as digital nomads, as a staycation. And for those of you who don't know me, I am the Greek goddess of manifestation, which means I help people realize the life and work they love. So follow me today. I'm just going to take you along on my morning walk, and then I'm actually going to go for a swim down at that beach. So just come along with me. I wanted to share with you what your waking up can be every day if you follow your dream and follow some of my, I wouldn't say advice, because I've created a 3-step method where you can turn your dream into reality. I'm not called the Greek goddess of manifestation for nothing, baby. You'll soon see how Greek philosophy can help you turn your dream into reality. Because yes, my method is based on the 3 golden principles of Greek philosophy. So first, let's just enjoy this beautiful walk that I take every day, even in the winter. And I go swimming here. Let me tell you a few things about myself. I used to live in Canada. My parents were Greek immigrants to Canada. And then at some point we moved back. When I was about 16, we moved to Greece. I went to the American school here, ACS, a wonderful school that really opened my eyes. I became much more of a cosmopolitan because of that global school, this international school. I met people from all around the world and just, got out of my Canadian bubble, which I loved. I feel very honored to have grown up in Canada. But there came a time I wanted to, change culture, open my eyes, and living in Europe allowed me that. I began to use my Eurorail pass like many teenagers, visited countries like Austria and Germany and France and Italy. That's the beauty of Europe. Everything is so close by. So many cultures, so much history, so much art. Don't get me wrong, I love North America. I think, all the new things are created in North America, that's for sure. But Europe has culture and quality of life. And I would argue Greece being the best quality of life due to the food, the climate, and the social life, because loneliness is an epidemic in the Western world, in the advanced, countries. Loneliness due to technology, but also due to their cold weather. It's an epidemic. Now in Greece, you have difficulty being lonely. You have difficulty finding time for yourself because family is but we love them for it, Have you watched Nia Vardalos's My Big Fat Greek Wedding? That thing. So long story short, I studied in London and did international banking and finance. For those of you who've read my book, I did that mainly to please my father, who was a banker himself, and he wanted me to have a stable job, a stable career. I understand. I mean, my father grew up during World War II. You know, the Nazis burned down his village. He had to fight in the resistance at 16 years old. You know, he grew up in a very tough world. So he wanted me to have a safe job, you know, be an employee. That was the dream. I think many Greek kids can relate, and Indians, and you know, everyone's looking for stability. You know, be a doctor, a lawyer, a banker, whatever. Oh, here's my little friend, my cats. I like to feed them sometime. So, yeah, I worked in corporate finance a while. But what I really hated was the restriction of, you know, the time. You had to like go in the morning, leave in the evening, like you had to punch in a card kind of thing. Like I wasn't free with my time. I didn't so much dislike banking as I disliked the fact that these people owned my time. And you know, money you can get back, but your time you can never get back, right? That's a fact of life. You can never get back your time. Your time is everything. So I wanted a more free profession. Plus I absolutely loved psychology. So I went back to university and I studied psychology while working a job in Italy as a corporate trainer. You see, I left my job. I had a huge argument with my father. And I, you know, because sometimes you have to displease the people who you love, who have expectations of you. You have to confront sometimes, right? Can't have everyone happy, okay? You can't be a people pleaser. And I had this huge argument with my father, and I left the banking job. I was teaching English to corporate managers in Italy. This is how I got into training and teaching, and parallelly, I started studying psychology. I got my bachelor, my master, my PhD, and I decided after many years of traveling and working in Europe as a corporate trainer, about 10 years, I said, you know what? Out of all these countries I've lived in, France, Italy, the UK, you know, I decided Germany, Berlin, you know, I lived in Berlin a while. I realized that I had what I always wanted, a connection to Greece and living in Greece. So in 2004, I moved back to Greece, kind of thing. My parents were quite old then, and I wanted to take care of them also. So I ended up back in Greece and working online. I was one of the first people here working online because I was doing sessions online through Skype, something called Skype. I don't know if Skype still exists. Now it's more Zoom. But, you know, and the Greeks would say, like, what are you doing? I'm like a psychologist. And where are your clients? They're overseas. We have video calls, something called video calls. They thought I was nuts. Okay, they didn't understand. But now, you see, everyone's doing it. I started that in 2004. Hello. So you always have to use technology to be ahead of the game a bit. Anyway, I've met many digital nomads here. I've met many expats, and I work with expats. I have a club here called the Very Inspiring People Club. And it's all about helping people realize their dreams and connecting with like-minded souls. I'd really like to know, what is your dream? Do you dream of moving to a beautiful country like Greece? Some of you are based in the States. Maybe you want to move to Mexico. You know, downsize your life, simplify your life. You know, you realize in the end that you don't need all the consumer products, that a simplified life, less consumerism, is really the key to happiness. What do you think about that? Is it a crazy idea? Because I know many people who've done it. I've done it myself. But what about you? Do you think that it's too idealist? to leave the corporate machine, leave the machine. Do you have such dreams and aspirations? Like I said, I've created a beautiful 3-step method to help people realize their dream, the life and work they love. And it's based on the 3 golden principles of Greek philosophy: ethos, pathos, logos. And you can download a free book from my website, a free online course to see kind of the system working. And if you like it, you can become a member online of my YouTube channel. And I meet every Monday with members of my channel online. I do manifestation, webinars, as I call them, sessions. And on Wednesdays, I have a group coaching where we interact. You know, you can ask me Q&A, but that's for another level of member called the A-listers. Anyway, don't let me confuse you now with all this details. Guess where we're going? I'm going to take you to my secret cave. That's right, there's a beautiful cave here. There are many caves here, but one of them is a big enough cave that you can sit there all day. You know, it's like a little home. And I like to retreat there sometime, find my peace and quiet. Just look at that. Look at that, baby. Beautiful. There are beaches. Here's little stones, but it's just so crystal clear, the waters. And you know, this is near Athens. This is about an hour away from Athens. Just such a blessed land, such a blessed land. I love, you know what I love? Waking up to the birds, the sound of the birds chirping, the sound of the rooster. Here in Greece, the roosters and the church bells ringing in the morning. I don't know, they're just amazing, amazing, amazing experiences that, you know, we've kind of lost because I've lived in big cities. I know what it's like. Of course, I was at an age where I wanted to see all the galleries, all the museums. But now, like, I'm over 50, over 55 right now, actually. And I've seen the galleries, I've seen the museums, I've seen the theater. Now I want nature. Nature for me is the greatest luxury, to live in nature if you can, with a good Wi-Fi connection. So we've reached the cave entrance. Let me go down without killing myself. Right, I'll let you join my ride here. There's a steep staircase, and in there's a cave. Let's go to that beautiful cave. Here we are. That's the first cave here. There's a small cave, you see? That small cave. It's very nice for meditation. But there's another cave hidden within the cave. And that's this one. We're going to there, right there. You see? It's fantastic. Let's have a look. Let's see the cave. I rave about the cave. Ta-da! Cave entry. Right. Look at that. There's even a couch of sorts, a place to sit. Someone has written here, gymnismos, which means for nudists. You know, the word gymnasium, comes from the Greek word gymnismos. Gymnos means nude, that's all. And that's one of the beauties of Greece, is you can actually swim nude because there's so much coastline. You're bound to find some coastline where no one's at. What I love here as I enter this cave. It's that sense of protection by Mother Nature. Look at that. This is the cave. This is a beautiful, beautiful cave. Look at that. You can sit here all day, contemplate. Wi-Fi doesn't catch in here, but you know what I mean. It's that going into the arms of Mother Nature, a healing experience. So, just wanted to show you that. In the winter, it's the best time to swim, I would say. I love it. You know, some people find it cold. I don't. I find it warm. The water's pretty warm until January and gets a little colder. But I have to think about all those people doing the Wim Hof cold bath. And here in Greece, just go swimming in the wintertime. That's your Wim Hof cold plunge, you know? That's what I love about Greece, is that it has so much to offer for free. Look at that. A beautiful beach right there. No one using it. It's completely quiet. And, you know, like I said, there's so much coastline in Greece. Like, everyone can realize the dream of having a house by the sea or a trailer by the sea. You know, I don't know if you know this, but I spent 7 years living in a tent on a Greek island called Evia. That was between my living in Germany 6 months a year. I would live 6 months in Berlin and 6 months in Greece. And with some close friends, we created a meditation retreat center. Off the grid living completely. We lived in big Sahara tents with no electricity. We just had a solar panel. About 2003, when I wanted to move to Greece, I sold my shares in that, started my new life in Greece, because I didn't want to be half-half. I didn't want to be half the year in Greece and half the year in Germany. I wanted it full-time. And boy, am I happy that I did that. Boy, am I happy that I did that. All the money in the world, you couldn't keep me in the cold climates. I'd rather live in a trailer by the sea. You know what I mean? Because here there's freedom. I sense that Greece, I feel free here. Especially when you're out a little of the cities. For me, the greatest luxury, you know, is wearing flip-flops or my Birkenstocks. Now I've upgraded to Birkenstocks all year round. I've become like those funny professors who wear socks and Birkenstocks, socks and sandals. Now I get it. It's not by chance. I'm saying that that's the biggest luxury, not the status symbols, the Louis Vuitton, I don't know what people are chasing. What you do need is a good computer, a good internet. That you have to definitely make sure you have, and then you can do your online life here and meet other like-minded free spirits. So in a moment, I'm gonna go swimming. And I'm gonna take you along with that. Just going nearer to the place. There's a little hut, a little hacienda, where we all group up here in the summer. We leave our bags here. They're safe. And yeah, I'll take you along to my swimming. So my dears, I'm all geared up to go swimming. Got my flip-flops. I'm a professional, you know. You have to when you want to go the distance that I do. I do about 1 kilometer a day. So I'll see you when I get back. Oh, it's so warm. So hot. That's all you need, baby. A swim a day keeps the doctor away. All right? Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Do you want to move to Greece? Are you pendling with the idea of realizing your dream as a digital nomad, online entrepreneur? Let me know, and make sure you download that free course that I offer on my website, because it's going to help you really quickly manifest the life and work you're dreaming of.